You're here with Ashley Christia from Raw Vegan Power, y'all. And today we're here to talk health. So I've tried the fasting cleanses, water fast, cheese fasting, and they're not really great for somebody who has to work all the time. It's really hard to, unless you can just take off time and go, live in the wilderness for a month. It's kind of difficult to live a normal life on a fast. So, I'm on this everlasting search journey for ultimate health here. And weight is what has kept me on this journey. Sometimes I get so frustrated. I'm like, I just wish it would go away. But I'm actually getting a little, growing a little fond of my extra cushion. I've decided it's the only reason I've ever come this far with health. And it has helped mold me into a very compassionate, kind, understanding person. And I appreciate it. It's what's kept me going, the weight. So I'm sending love to my extra weight right now. Anyway, so I have a newfound approach for cleansing. Now my good sister, Big Mama Dumpling, she's a traveler. She traveled to China and lived there and has brought the philosophy of the East to the West team. And now I'm on the Kitchari. The Kitchari is not only a very satisfying and delicious food, but it is also medicinal. It is known in Indian families that when you're sick that you eat, Kitchari. Apparently, now I've only been on the Kitchari for a week, but apparently if you eat nothing but Kitchari, it's pretty much like fasting. Your body doesn't degenerate at all. It's getting all the complex carbohydrates and proteins your body needs, complete proteins, while you get no nutritional deficiencies. Now, basically, what the Kitchari is cooked down beans, white basmati rice, and the beans lentils or mung bean. And you cook with some good medicinal herbs. The turmeric, which is just beautiful for thinning and emulsifying fat so it can easily move through the bloodstream. For the joints, cleansing the liver. The cumin seeds, they're good for the kidneys, for bladder infections. The coriander, it's a digestant. The mustard seeds add a little heat for the kapha body type. So we're going to go through everything that we need here. Now, firstly, we're going to start off with white basmati rice. Now, the reason you want to do the basmati rice, now rice is a world-renowned balanced food for human consumption. The West, we have this dilemma between the white and the brown rice. Now, brown rice has the higher nutrition, has more nutrition, but it is also harder to digest to get the nutrition. So, when you cook with the white basmati rice, it is more easily assimilated than the brown rice. The Japanese, they do the brown rice, but they believe in order to eat the brown rice, you have to chew 80 to 100 times. Now, that's just too much. So, the white rice might be a little less nutritious, but when cooked with the lentils and all the fabulous herbs and spices, all the nutrient loss is replenished with everything else. So, anyway, this recipe is so simple, so good. If you're a fan of the Indian dal, you'll love it. So, we're going to go ahead and get started here. So, you need a cup of the basmati rice, a cup of red lentils. Now, as far as herbs and spices go, we're going to need coriander, mustard seeds, cumin seeds, some curry powder, some turmeric, a little cayenne, a little paprika, a little coconut oil for flavor, and some salt. Now, we're pretty much going to season to taste it, but what we're going to do, I'm going to put 2 to 3 tablespoons of coconut oil in the pot, 2 to 3 tablespoons coriander, 2 to 3 tablespoons mustard seed, and 2 to 3 tablespoons cumin. So your pot should look like that. Get you a good old wooden spoon and just toast up the spices. When you're done toasting up the seasonings, go ahead and add a cup of lentils, a cup of rice, and stir them with it before you add the water to get a little flavor. It'll smell real aromatic. Ooh, I let it smell. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and add 1/4 of a teaspoon cayenne and 1/4 of a teaspoon paprika. Add about 2 to 3 tablespoons curry powder and 2 to 3 tablespoons turmeric. About 1/2 teaspoon of salt at this point, but we're probably going to have to add more. So just stir all it up over the heat, and then we're going to add in 7 cups water. Alright, once I add all the water, I like to add another tablespoon or 2 of coconut oil. So we're just going to let it cook and stir every few minutes. This is medicinal. So basically right now it's a cooking, and I've had to go back and add a tablespoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of curry powder, 2 tablespoons turmeric, 2 tablespoons coconut oil, another 2 cups of water, and it's a cooking. That should be the consistency. You want to cook it down till there's no more crunch in the bean or the rice. So that's the end of the recipe there. Now this is the food of the gods and goddesses, 90-year-old yogi men who live off Kitchari, outrun their young students. Japanese runners run 500 miles straight, living off Kitchari, steamed vegetable, and tofu. So really this is the most perfect food I've found. And I've noticed for the first time, no extreme cravings. I feel satiated. So I think this is it, y'all. I just love the Kitchari. And I'm going to let y'all know how my new Ayurveda lifestyle goes. Kitchari power!